Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Iron Bill again, back with another video. Tonight, I just did PvP. Worked late again. I thought I would come in. It was about 9 o'clock Eastern when I got started. So, uh, yeah, awfully tired and probably shouldn't have played at all. But, yeah, I wound up getting pretty salty by the end of it, I'm ashamed to say. And I'm glad I didn't live stream it because it wasn't the version of me that I'd like to have out in the public. Anyway, I did see some pretty sad matchmaking tonight out of 5 or 6 matches that I did. Very lopsided, unfortunately, and of course I was on the receiving end of a lot of that, and it just wears you down. You just get tired of it, and when people are dropping 40, 50 bombs on you, you know, and I don't know. I maybe I'm really off tonight. I don't know, but there were just matches when I couldn't get a kill for anything. I just couldn't get a kill at all. I think I had one match where I had one kill, yeah, or one defeat. And I'm sorry, maybe I got dropped in late in that match, and maybe people were quitting out because of the shady stuff that was going on. I don't know, and I probably ought to take the policy of dipping out of matches that are going that way, so I don't wind up with such a bad attitude about it. But tonight was not a good night, and I hate to say that because on the whole, PvP really hasn't been that bad recently. I mean, it's been fairly balanced, and it's not like you watch my videos. It's not like I get a ton of kills. It's not like I'm racking up 30, 40 kills and say, sure, it's great, like a lot of people do. The people who are really for connection-based matchmaking are typically people who are scoring 25, 30, 40 kills a match, and of course they like it. They're getting what they want. And the people who typically don't are kind of on my end of it, where you see 15 kills in a match or below. But when you only get one defeat in a match, you don't have any business in that lobby. And this game should not allow that kind of thing to happen. Just shouldn't allow it. So um, whether that's the matchmaking or that was cheating, it was not a good night tonight. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to show you a match that went okay. I mean, we wound up losing the match, and I'll spoil it in that respect. But I don't care about that. I just want to feel like uh, a match is a back and forth where both sides have a chance to win, and you'll see that that's really the way this went. The other team just pulled it together, and we didn't. And um, I was experimenting with guns tonight, and that may have been a little bit of my problem too. I'm trying to get away from the 600 AR and try some different things. So I tried Dire Promise. I think I tried a bit of Sunshot, some hand cannon stuff, Cold Denial, Redrix. Um, I think I did some Gnawing Hunger in there, mixed in some Mindbenders. And you're going to see Mindbenders in this video. And I never had a good Mindbenders, uh, but I just watched the video again, and I always feel like I'm doing awfully in it. Well, let me just roll the footage, and let's just see how many kills the Mindbender accounts for here. Well, I'll try to keep track of that. And in fact, I probably ought to write it down. I'm just going to tick mark it on my little book here in case I get lost in the chatting. I'm ready to go. So let's roll the footage and let's see what happened. Oh, by the way, this is like the third time I played Vostok, and I'm running Mida, Mindbenders. Oh, I'm gonna turn that sound off. I'm afraid I get salty enough that I use some bad language, and I don't want that on here. I'm sorry to say. So anyway, I used Mindbenders, Mida, and Hammerhead, and I did get a hold of Heavy a couple of times in this match, or one time at least. So let's just see how it goes. Okay, so there's Mida. I'm just going to write that down. We're just going to tick it off. I get hit, and now I'm in a place where I'm kind of pinched all around, and I really don't even know where to go. I can't go forward. I can't go back. I just put myself in a bad spot. And Lindis, whatever his name is, he was a solid player, and he got a good angle on us, and I didn't respond to it properly. And that's the tired, where your situational awareness goes down. And I realize I can't hang in that area. It's just too many bad angles for you. So when all is said and done, stick with what works. If you're struggling especially. And that's really what I should have done earlier. I should have just leaned into things that I'm more familiar with. Oh, and I did play with my Ikelos machine gun and got a few kills. Kind of steadied things earlier when things were getting out of control. Okay, I'm sitting here because I'm protected from my left side. I've got a good sight line down the center here, and I'm trying to practice on the Mida and headshots. And I go into every match thinking, okay, headshots, headshots, headshots. And when I examine the video, I just see that I just don't pull it off, and I don't know what it is. I mean, it looks like I'm hitting headshots. Okay, now that was a well-placed grenade. Okay, there were a couple of headshots, clean headshots to finish that off. Now this guy's winning the head dodge. I don't know what you want to call that. He's crouch shooting and strafing a bit. I mean, I don't really want to try to trade with him on the Mida because he was clearly winning that fight. There's somebody above me, and I think he jumped up, and I just didn't look up. I thought he was in the window, so I wrapped around over here and looked in the window, and I don't see him, but he's not on the radar either. So he's either crouched or whatever. And I start to scoot up here because I see red on the radar forward, and I think, okay, I'm going to take this guy, and I get him. And you notice that somebody gets shot right over my head there. So I don't know what that guy was into. It may have been a glitch spot for all I know. All right, so putting my rift down to capture a zone. Now I've got people in front and people in back. My friend just got taken out by what I believe to be a sniper, but I'm surrounded either way, so I decide to move forward. My teammate takes this person out. I'm getting close to my super. And watch this play. I go vertical over the top of the pedestal. He comes around looking for me, and that turned out, that's one of the few times in my life that I used vertical properly. This guy is trying to get an angle on me. He pushes in with a shotgun, and I'm able to get him with the super. And this clears the zone up. So with that play, we are now about to power cap him. Okay, there's a power play. Now I'm going to jump over here. This guy doesn't see me. I missed my first shotgun shot, and I get the second. Now that's two mountaintop, or Mindbenders that I've gotten. So the score is 3-2. Now this guy just does a better job juking me, but I get the second shot on him. So there are 3 Mindbender kills right there. And clean. I'm not sharing those. Those are clean one-shot kills. Now it makes me think maybe I should be doing the fell winners more, because I just tend not to. Okay, there's a Mida kill. There's a second Mida. Okay, and then this guy slides into me. I just didn't anticipate that slide very well. So I'm at 8 defeats right now at this point. Oh, plus the 2 on the super, or the 1 on the super. And things actually, in terms of my gunplay, are going all right. This guy's in here. I realize I don't want to jump in right away. And there we go, Mindbenders again. That's number 4. I don't have a great sense for just how far out I can use that shotgun. I think it's, what is it, 8 meters? 9 meters? Something like that. He takes that extra jump and it throws my aim off, and I think, nope, that's the guy with the spare rations. I'm going to back up and make the scout, make him pay if he pursues it. So I'm just trying to stay kind of hull down there, realize that I've got somebody pushing in on my right. He's coming into the super. I tried to get lined up for a shotgun shot, couldn't do it. I don't think the Mindbender won't take that down anyway. Fellwinter will, Mindbender won't. So he pretty much had me once he closed it. And that's when things start to kind of fall apart, is once the super start training. Because if they get a couple kills of drop orbs and their teammates pick it up, and this one really made me angry. Because I knew there was a super there, and the second I turned my head to get away from it, he pushes in. Now, the saving grace of that is, it was really only a 1-to-1, because my teammates, since my grenade damaged him, were able to finish him off quite easily. Now, this guy just doesn't even look. So that's number 5. And then, of course, here come 3 of them. And that guy just shoulder charges me before I can get a shot off. I missed on the shot. I'm still not very good at the shotgun. I've gotten some kills. I'm going to have to practice with it. And looking at this video, I know I'm going to have to start carrying a shotgun. especially in those situations where people are sliding into me with shotguns. Now, he drops a Wither Horde on me, I think it was, and I decide, nope, he's going to get a cleanup kill on that pretty easy if I try to stand and fight. So I need to recover, put a shot on his head there. I don't have anyone to help me push, and I figure there are 2 or 3 in there, so especially at the speed at which that's going. But I've got my super, and it turns out I was absolutely right. There were 3 of them in there. I think one of them got out in time. Nope, I got all 3 of them. No, got 2 of them. So that's 2 for the super. And we were able to clear the zone off. Now, the enemy team's score has already gotten kind of away. They're almost 40 points up at this point, 35 points up. And but I'm not personally playing too badly. There's another Mida. And I know he's down there. And there's more than one. And it's a super. I've got to get away from him. The supers have started. So I'm going to wrap around this way. And I think I look to my left there. And I get the shot off. It just doesn't kill him. It didn't quite even break his shield. And I knew the second my feet hit the ground, there was no way I was getting out of that. But I was floating into him with a shotgun, and he fended me off with his super. Trade with a Mindbender. So right now, it's 6 and 6, Mindbender and Mida, if I'm actually tallying this up. And really, the Midas, those kills, some of them are shared, I think, possibly. All right, so now here we go, Hammerhead. Let's see how many I get off of that. So I go back up in here to make sure that they don't grab any heavy. And this guy just about strafe shoots me down. So there's one for the Hammerhead. Here comes the super. I shut down the super, but I use up all my ammo. And then here I am trying to peg that guy, and I don't have it. If I turned with the shotgun, I would have finished him. But I just didn't watch my meter. It's you know, for me, it's just too much to watch. Everything's too spread out. And I get tunnel vision. And it's something I'm going to have to work on. Because all I really had to do is switch to a shotgun, and I would have had him. Now, assuming I do it in time. Okay, that's another super. So I'm going to bug out the other way a second. My teammates, I don't see any skulls over there, so somebody must have shut him down. I was aware of that. Okay, now see that guy? Watch this. And I push towards him knowing he has a shotgun. I have my shotgun out, but I don't get it leveled in time. I just didn't pull it in time. And so, what did I wind up with? Well, I've got 6 Mida plus 6 Mindbenders. That's 12. 3 supers. That's 15. Plus 2 on the Hammerhead. So, 12, 15, 17. I've got 17 on this. This says 18, so I missed something in there. I'd have to get on DestinyTracker.com to figure out exactly how many of those were actually mine and shared and how many weren't. But I will say this, okay? Those Mindbender kills, 6 kills, were my kills because Mindbender's one shot. If you level it on something, and not a super, of course, but if you level it on a character, that character's dead. The Mida, I might have shared some of those. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to have to start running shotguns. That's what the data says to me, you know, because half of my gun kills came from the shotgun. And I always knew that could be the case. As good as Mindbenders is, you know, well-rolled Fellwetters is actually better, at least on paper. It's just learning where to aim with that thing, because that one you have to aim at the feet. You know, with the Mindbenders, I aim at the chest, and that pretty much takes care of it. Don't aim for the head because some of your pellets might miss, and then you're not consistent, or at least that's my experience with it. But still, like when people are jumping over, that one is, for me, sometimes an easy one to miss on. Now, Fellwinters, on the other hand, has, I don't remember what the mod is called, where your accuracy in air goes up, but that's built in with Fellwinter. So with a Warlock, especially like if it was a top tree Dawnblade and I wanted to float over people, And, you know, in my gameplay tonight, I was starting to use the vertical a lot better with this Warlock, although it was on void and you can't float quite so long. Um, that's a thought. You know, Fellwinter could be a good way to go. Even Mindbender could be a good way to go. But I think Fellwinter would be better. Anyway, a little bit salty tonight, but, you know, putting things down on paper, reviewing film, there was actually a lot in here that went okay. And you know what? 2.25 efficiency and 5 captures, that's fine. Yes, you know, we had these top three guys here. One of our guys compares favorably with their second, third guy. The rest of our lobby, of course, didn't do too well. Well, I mean, I guess 4 of us, 5 of us did okay. You know what? My lobby wasn't that bad. Looking at it, not that bad. It's just they were better. So, yeah. I'm just going to rescind this. You know, we ought to have a drinking game where when I say something stupid or wrong, you have to chuck one. Because I'm telling you, in 15 minutes, folks, you'll be ripping drunk for all the stupidity I spew on the channel. So, you know, I guess if you want actual useful information, this is probably not the place. But if you're entertained by an old guy trying to sort his way through this and just being hopelessly lost, you've come to the right spot. So, I'm going to end it here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed your time here. In a weird way, I guess I wind up enjoying mine, even when I'm getting hammered. So, with that, I would like to close it off for the night. So this is Iron Bill, and I'm signing off.